it's been pretty much a year to the day that Insta360 released the Insta360 Go 3. This was a really unique little camera with lots and lots of cool features like a flip-up screen, this action pod where the camera popped out of so you could magnetize that to something metal. It had 2.7K 30. It was just really great little camera. But they've just sort of supercharged it with the next release. This is the Insta360 Go 3S, and it's answered some of the questions and some of the pitfalls that you wanted from the original Go 3, in that this now has 4K. And in this video, we're going to talk about all the top features of this camera. There's some really great features, actually, some big upgrades. But in this video, I'm just going to talk about some of my favorite features. And that first one is 4K. 4K is what everybody was asking for when this came out. It was a great little camera, but it wasn't quite 4K. Now it is 4K 30. Not only in video mode, but in free frame mode as well. So you can get 360 lock, albeit with a bit of a crop, in 4K footage. Okay, so this is the Insta360 Go 3S and the Insta360 Go 3. 2.7K max, 30 frames per second on the Go 3, and then 4K now, 30 frames per second on the Go 3S. So this is what it looks like side by side. Same color profile, same settings, same everything. Audio quality is coming from either one of these cameras. I'll put it on the screen which one I'm using. But yeah, how does it look? Is a massive big jump in improvements in image quality. Hoping there will be. But yeah, these are these two cameras side by side, but I can see from the screen that there is a bit of a resolution increase. Definitely. I mean, everybody's been asking for 4K. We've now got 4K. This camera's not far off being perfect, in all honesty, with it, for family vlogs, for travel, for, you know, adventure videos. This is a sick setup, it really is. The flip up screen really helps because you can look at the screen to make sure you're in frame all the time. But yeah, side by side comparison of the Go 3 and the Go 3S. Before we jump into the other top features, you might be thinking, oh man, I've just bought the Go 3, I wish I'd waited for the Go 3S. Well, you can actually buy the standalone camera, and it is compatible with the Go 3 action pod. So the actual action pod itself hasn't changed, it is just the standalone camera. You can get the standalone 4K Go 3S, and it works with the action pod that you've got with the Go 3. Fits in there perfectly. You know what, if you've got the black and you buy the white, then you get this cool sort of black and white design. That's something I'm going to be doing probably to mix it up and make it look a little bit different. So yeah, you can use the Go 3S with the Go 3 action pod. They are compatible together. So yeah, it's an upgrade if you want to make that upgrade. So Insta360 have paired up with Apple in the past to bring you the GPS coordinates for your overlays if you want to use the GPS remote, but you can actually use the Apple Watch with cameras like the Ace Pro to use the GPS data from your Apple Watch. Now they've introduced the ability to connect the Insta360 Go 3S to your Find My network. So if you misplace this and you can't find it, you can actually use your iPhone, the Find My app, to actually locate it, and it works just like an AirTag would. You can even play a sound both ways, so this actually does play a little chime if you're looking for it and you want to hear where it is. So if you sort of put this down, this is very small camera, very tiny, and you do misplace it, then this is now compatible with the Find My network, and that is a really, really good feature because, you know, if this pops off, you're on a bike ride and it pops off into some bushes and you're trying to find it, you can't find your camera anywhere, you can now because you can use the Find My. It's a much welcome upgrade, and it's the only camera on the market that actually incorporates Apple's Find My network. So yeah, that's a big one, that is. There's a couple of new buttons on the screen you'll notice. One is Jitter blur reduction, which actually helps with the POV mode. This is compatible with the magnetic pendant, which is redesigned actually. Nice little update to this magnetic pendant, much the same, but you can now put this vertically on the magnetic pendant, or if you want landscape video, you put it that way. Jitter blur reduction actually helps when you're using something like this, or the cap mount, to actually negate some of that movement of you walking, so it keeps the footage nice and steady. So that's another small software update they've added, jitter blur reduction. That's a nice update because I do tend to use this a lot, especially for YouTube videos. The POV mode is very handy. I can have it on my shirt like that, and I can showcase other products of videos that I'm making on this channel, so I do use that a lot. You've also got now tilt fix, which adds a small amount of adaptive cropping to the image, so if you're walking along and you're tilting it left and right just a slight amount, it will keep the horizon level for you. So you've got tilt fix and jitter blur reduction. Those are two sort of software updates they've improved. As a bonus little feature for you, they've also added cancel recording, as they did with the X4 and the Ace Pro. So if you don't know what you've started recording, you make a mistake or you mess up when you're vlogging with this, you can just hold down the record button and it'll cancel the recording for you. So that's a nice little update as well. And there's something in the menu where it gives you an indicator line on there, so you can see if it's actually level as well. So that's another option in the menu that I've noticed. They've also added a kids mode, which prevents accidental touches to the buttons. If you're recording this, you give it to a child and they press stop by mistake. They've actually added that in there as well. So that's a cool little feature. So there's some interesting software improvements, little tiny improvements that make up big gains. So we've now got gesture control, so you can hold your palm up to start and stop recording. That's another great option as well, along with voice commands, which was on the previous version. But gesture control is something I really do use all the time. That's on all the major action cameras now, so that's a welcome improvement. Other than that, there's a bunch of other menu improvements, there's a bunch of other frame rate improvements, and I'll cover that on the next video where I talk about this camera, because yeah, it's a good update. This is not far off from being absolutely brilliant. If you're going on a family holiday soon, you just want to start vlogging, then this is marketed as a vlogging camera. I would fully recommend this for most scenarios. It is absolutely brilliant, and now we've got 4K built into this. It's it's very impressive. There are some small subtle design changes on it as well. You've got like a bigger lens guard on the front there to differentiate it from the original Go 3, and then we've got this sort of nice textured rubber outer to the camera, so it's not just the plastic, this plastic on the outside, you've got this nice rubber textured grip on the outside as well, which is great. So that just makes it easier for handling the camera, especially such a small device. I love this camera. It's a good update over the Go 3. Now we've got 4K, that's what everybody was asking for. Yeah, there's not much wrong with this at all. It really is fantastic. This is a great update. I really do like this camera, and I think you will too.